Soon, there will come a night when a demon shall take control and dominate your television. Raven Domination! Join me as I present 2 new episodes of Teen Titans Go.
That's the opposite of stupid.
Yes, very!
Plus, a very special Cartoon Network crossover event starring characters from your favorite shows, including me.
Oh, new friend!
You do not want to miss this. So join me as I host Raven Domination! Coming in 2 weeks on your Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network presents an epic new team-up with KO and Garnet. Garnet like the Garnet? Oh, sorry. With Garnet, Ben 10. Really? Is someone messing with me? Okay. With KO, Garnet, Ben, and Raven? I love Raven! All my favorite heroes together!
Okay, then, let's go universe!
When is it on? Oh, right. The OK KO crossover event in 2 weeks on your Cartoon Network.
Welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm AwestruckVox, and crossover NEXUS, or OK Ben Let's Go Universe, is almost here. The major crossover event featuring KO, Garnet, Ben, Raven, and appearances from other characters throughout Cartoon Network history is set to premiere October 8th. The day after New York Comic Con concludes, so I'm hoping for a little sneaky peeky at the annual Cartoon Network costume party, which we'll be at. If you're gonna be at New York Comic Con, say hi. The official episode synopsis reads, when KO finds himself trapped inside a mysterious place, he encounters other Cartoon Network heroes, and they band together to escape. According to information we received at San Diego Comic Con, and statements from the crew, this episode is based on cartoon crossovers creator Ian J.Q. watched when he was younger. This was the last contribution Parker Simmons gave to the show before leaving, and the episode will have the cooperation of many creators and boarders from other shows, as well as the original voice actors for the characters. Ian also revealed the special has a hefty storyboard of over 680 pages. And a fun canon fact about Garnet was also stated to come to light in this special by Ian on the Steven Universe podcast.
For my show, OKKO, we're doing a huge crossover episode called Crossover Nexus, and I work on 2 of the current Cartoon Network shows, and so I think I ended up being like the perfect person to do a project like this. There was like that CN Invaded crossover with all the alien stuff. There was that Grim Adventures of the Kids Next Door. You know, really, I just really wanted to do a thing with Garnet in it.
Yeah.
You know, we had always thought like, oh, Garnet and KO would have really cute chemistry because
for sure
KO would remind Garnet of Ruby. So,
I hadn't even thought about that. I thought Garnet would just be like, well, I guess I've adopted another son, you know. But
I mean, essentially,
yeah.
I think, KO is sort of between Steven and Ruby, I think, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's, you know, he's a sweet little boy. So, and I think Garnet would want to be friends with him.
For sure, no question.
Yeah.
Though I will say, if you're a fan of Garnet, we're going to be revealing a little canon thing about Garnet in the special that has never been said before.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, be excited for that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Another huge influence on this crossover were the 2004 to 2006 era of Cartoon Network bumpers, which aired between commercials, featuring a multitude of characters living in one gigantic city. That piece of trivia is important for a theory I'm presenting in this breakdown. So spoiler warning, if you want to go into the special completely blind, click off now. You've been warned. Ready, set, go. Alright, so starting with the smaller focus in the Raven Domination promo, we have Garnet, KO, and Ben running through a desolate city. Not only is this one of the only few times throughout the series thus far that we've seen KO venture beyond Lakewood Plaza, the other instances being Lakewood Public School and Point Prep Academy, but we can deduce this is from the beginning of the special as there's a lack of Raven. This could be moments before her grand introduction. It makes sense because they would, in theory, save the best for last, as Teen Titans Go is the bread and butter of the network right now, to the dismay of many. So it's likely we start with KO, Ben gets roped in, Garnet joins the fray, and Raven completes the 4. But why are they running? Who or what are they running from?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Well, Ben transforms into forearms in order to knock out what appears to be a floating black and red drone, which looks to function similar to the shattering robonoids in Steven Universe, designed to navigate and scan for targets easier. While realistically, Garnet would gauntlet rocket these drones with ease. It's nice that they're going to make everyone a team player. And for all we know, maybe she'll try to destroy these drones only to be met with failure. They could withstand Garnet's attacks. We'll just have to wait and see. A small detail you may have missed is the look of Ben's Omnitrix. This is not the Omnitrix's usual look in the previous seasons of the reboot. That's because in the upcoming season, his Omnitrix will be upgraded to this new design. So we have a placement for when this special occurs in that show's timeline, sometime after Ben 10 Season 3's premiere. For Steven Universe, Garnet seems to be lacking her wedding rings, so we can place this before the events of Reunited. By extension, Can't Go Back and a single Pelrose. For OKKO itself, it'll likely take place after final exams, the conclusion of the Point Prep Academy. Despite the fact the network is airing this and Season 2's Halloween special before final exams for whatever reason. And for Teen Titans Go, I'm going to be real here, it truly doesn't matter. Although it might take place after the movie, which means it would take place after the episode that takes place after the movie, as that episode begins directly after the movie, yeah, it's a whole thing. KO, after Raven makes her debut into the episode, excitedly welcomes her, exclaiming that he's made a new friend. Judging by the background, this is still in the destroyed city, supporting my earlier claim of her dramatic entrance saving the trio after Forearms takes on a Robonoid. It actually appears Forearms will be the predominant alien Ben uses in the special, as he's the form Ben assumes as Raven flies him, Garnet, and KO above a series of booby traps. I believe they're heading towards the lair of this special's villain. And it makes sense, as Forearms is one of the most consistent and iconic aliens Ben has used throughout all the series. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the most popular alien. This brings us to the second promotional for this special. You know those series of booby traps I just mentioned? You see how they're glowing red? Well, our first glimpse of new footage in the latter commercial has our heroes, still clinging onto Raven, fleeing from one of these traps, manifesting into a flurry of what I'm going to call flying piranhas. But they'll somehow maneuver themselves out of the pickle and stick the landing onto the villain's lair, as he, or she, awaits them. Now, we currently have no information on this villain, but the dude has a fascination with Red X's. It's funny because he looks like a mix of Red X from Teen Titans and Hex from Ben 10. Also, he has a robot arm? Bucky? Red X on his chest, Red X forming an eye patch. Also notice the X-shaped crossbones above the door to his fortress. The Red X is scribbled everywhere. This guy is very on point with his branding. Although it's a little excessive, don't you think? Who is this villain? What abilities does he possess? Well, that ties into my theory surrounding the setting of this special. This destroyed city could be Battlesburg, Neo Riot City, or the Danger Zone, established locations from OKO's pilot, mobile game, and mentioned in the series, but I'm not convinced as the synopsis refers to it as a mysterious place, i.e. KO wouldn't be familiar with it. The statement earlier that the old Cartoon Network city bumpers influenced this crossover leads me to believe that this destroyed city is that city we spent many commercial breaks indulging in all those years ago. Yes, I'm saying the world Cartoon Fridays transpired in, where Johnny Bravo and Samurai Jack had a very awkward laundry day encounter, is where our beloved heroes are fighting for their lives. OKKO is no stranger to crossovers, or breaking the fourth wall, so why would they shy away from such a grand opportunity? And with the promise of seeing other Cartoon Network characters, likely trapped and in the clutches of this special's villain, I think we're going to get a semi-canonical explanation for the city, how it works, how all these characters ended up there from their own shows, their own timelines. And this villain is going to be some meta-commentary manifestation of cancellation, hence all the Red X's. It'll be wacky, it'll be surreal, it'll have that OKKO charm we've come to know and love. Defeating Mr. Red X could also pave way from some clever jokes on reboots and revivals. I'm so curious and excited. From the background, we can deduce that the four jumping in the air and declaring their team name, OK Ben Let's Go Universe, is initiating the battle against X. We have KO using his Power Fist Fireball technique as a method to launch Ben. I imagine Ben will transform into an alien after the fist delivers a blow to X, for maximum damage. I can see Garnet making a comment about how KO reminds her of Steven, but a lot less pacifist. And it'll melt my heart and make me sob tears of joy. Guys, I'm beyond excited for this special. We have a solid roster of heroes, a very interesting villain, and can see the return of many beloved Cartoon Network characters we haven't seen in years. Hopefully with returning voice actors, in OKKO's wacky world and art style. On that note, what do you guys think? What character would you like to see pop up in this special? Personally, I'd like to see someone from Billy and Mandy or Codename Kids Next Door. Bonus points if they use their proposed Galactic Kids Next Door design. And of course, Edda and Eddie. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet them directly to us at AwestruckVox or at Roundtable Vids. We're also on Instagram and Facebook. If you want to help the Roundtable grow, support us on Patreon. Get access to exclusive perks, like your name being at the end of the video. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like, share, and if you're new here, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications to stay in the loop with all things animation. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. AwestruckVox, out.